Hey, what's up guys? Honesty Fitness here. You're at the right place if you want to lose weight, learn about fitness, and ultimately live your best life. Hit the red subscribe button and the bell icon next to it so then that you're not missing out whenever I post a new video every week. Today's topic, I want to talk to you guys about why did I ever create a YouTube channel? So stay tuned and let's get started. So why did I ever start a YouTube channel? So my story goes back when I was a young kid. My name's Adonis Chozo, and basically there's a quote out there: you don't have to be great to get started, but you have to start to be great. And back then I was a shy kid growing up as a little chubby. I had a lot of, I guess how you can say, I lost my dad when I was the age of 7. I didn't know back then when I was young that my father figure was gone. He died of, an uncertain, with his heart failed, and I guess back then it didn't really trigger me, and it was something that kind of affected me in a way where I started to constantly eat when I was young, because I didn't know how life was without a father. I had a great mother. I come from a family of 3, and she did a lot of work to raise us, and at the time she was never always home, so I was open to pretty much any type of foods that was around the house. I was fortunate enough to have a lot of the foods, but it was, I guess you could say mentally, I was somewhat depressed because when I was young and when my father passed away, it did affect me to emotionally eat, to make sure that I didn't care about how I looked, and it's concentrated more on, at the time, you'll laugh, I was concentrating on the academics. So I was studying very, very hard. Growing up, didn't have a lot of friends. Had some friends, but it wasn't very popular. Started gaining a little weight during junior high and so forth. And, I was well liked, but it wasn't to the point where I was very outgoing at the time and never met with people. So continuing growing up from junior high, my brother and sister would always say, Adonis, you're gaining a little weight and you gotta lose what you have, because people are gonna make fun of you growing up, and they just wanted me to have kind of a better life. They knew I was somewhat depressed and very introverted and staying in my zone. But at the time I was in denial. I kept telling myself, no, what are you talking about? I'd actually get upset, and whenever I looked at the mirror I thought I was fine. As I started going from junior high to grade 10, it just got worse. I started eating more, didn't care. I wasn't really good at sports, so anyone who knows me, I'm not the greatest at sports nor exercise at the time. I was just, like I said, a bookworm. I liked reading, I liked math, I liked sciences, I liked everything that, as I continue my journey, is what kind of led me to become what I do on a day-to-day. I'm a professional engineer, but at the same time, back then I didn't really care about how my health was, and didn't see what the future holds. So moving on in university, I basically started to still continue the academics, because I was in engineering. It's a very demanding type of faculty where you don't really have a life. Anyone who's been through the program, it's a lot of work, a lot of time. I did manage to start to kind of get into the groove of exercising. I did make friends where they were fitness fanatics and started kind of getting me into doing different things. I started weightlifting, started doing more cardio, and that's when I started to see somewhat changes in my body. However, I was still a little bit big. I wasn't to where I wanted to be. I knew that at some point, I could lose the weight that I had. And I guess you could say when I graduated and I started kind of knowing that what the future holds for me, something in my head said I had to change. Change was a big important factor where I knew long term, looking back now at what happened to my dad was at the time a little overweight when he was before he died when I was 7, and he had obviously heart complications because of the stuff that he ate. And in my family there is that tendencies of I gotta watch what I eat, because there's that tendency that I could have high cholesterol, I can have high blood pressure and so forth. So learning from when my dad passed away kind of told me, fast forwarding now that I'm a father figure of 2 kids, 2 beautiful children, 2 boys, I want to live long term. And at the time, obviously, I was dating, but I wasn't married yet, didn't have kids, but I knew that I had to change. I knew that something had to motivate me inside to say, Adonis, you could do it. There's something that is greater for you out there, and something that you were born to provide knowledge and connect with people and collaborate with people and share the knowledge that you have, so that other people can learn from your experiences. And also just my drive. I always had this urgency to be above the fray, have that edge, make sure that I had to, help others at the same time, but make sure that I was also like the source. If somebody came to me, I knew the answer. Obviously, my genuine personality is I always want to help others and make everybody happy, but you just can't. So I try to do as much as I can to make others happy. And with the fact that there's going to be people that are going against whatever you say, may not like what you say, but you take that with a grain of salt and you try to focus on the positive and not the negative. And to make this long story short, my journey was I was learning now I had to make a change in myself. So I started studying more of how to lose more weight, what worked, what didn't work. Started doing routine programs of P90X, doing Insanity, doing all those programs that everybody else, the fads that everybody talks about. I remember having Tony Little, that stepper machine, trying to lose weight, tried to go onto treadmills, tried to do everything, all the fads, started starving myself. That didn't work. There was a lot of also those shake diets and so forth. There's things that worked temporarily, but I needed something that was sustainable and got my long-term gains. So when I started to notice the change, before I end this video, I want to just say one last thing about myself. So I sum it up in 3 things: family, God, and career. And those are my 3 my top 3 things that I focus on. Family is number 1, God, the big man upstairs, thank you very much, and the career that I have built for me. So this YouTube channel is another venture of mine, trying to master the world of engineering and business, and now trying to reach out to the masses about fitness and health. And I hope I reach everybody, and I hope everybody enjoys what I'm doing. And consistency is key. And at the end of the day, I just want to have a legacy, that one day when my kids grow up, they can see what I've created here, look back, and maybe perhaps take it on someday. And that's another reason why I started this channel, is to build a portfolio of all my videos. I hope in a couple of years I have a massive videos and my kids are proud of me that I've done this. So I hope you guys enjoyed this segment today about my journey and why I started this YouTube channel. And as always, really, really grateful for all your help and support in watching Adonis D Fitness. Subscribe, hit the bell icon so you can look at further videos. And as always, till next time, live your best life. Peace.